I'm Mrs. Gale, and I'm going to read to you Ivan Draws a Story. Ivan was a gorilla, the only gorilla in the Big Top Mall. The mall was a strange place to find a gorilla, a silverback gorilla, but sometimes the most magnificent things are found in the most unexpected places. The mall was Ivan's home, and he was happy there, mainly because it was filled with his friends. There was Thelma, and Murphy, and Henrietta, Frankie, and Bob. And there was Ruby. Ruby was the newest member of the Big Top, and she had a lot to learn. "Those are sneakers," Ivan informed her. "Humans think sneakers make them run fast, like cheetahs. And that's a turtleneck. Why anyone would want to look like a turtle, I'll never know. And that green stuff? Dry leaves. But humans don't eat them. They prefer the pink clouds." "What's that?" Ruby asked, pointing at a pile of sticks. "Crayons," said Ivan. "They help me draw pink clouds and blue lakes and green forests."
"Ivan is crazy about his crayons," Bob piped up, "and his drawings."
Bob was right. Ivan's domain was filled with drawings. Drawings of beetles and bananas. Drawings of beautiful places. Drawings of old friends and promises made.
"Draw me," Bob demanded. "You never draw me, and I'm completely drawable and adorable."
"It doesn't work like that," Ivan said. "Art has to come from the heart."
"Well, I sleep on your heart every night. Doesn't that count for something?"
"It counts for my matted fur," Ivan said. "Can I try drawing?" Ruby asked, and Ivan handed her a crayon. And Ruby looked closely into Ivan's eyes, and then she drew it. And then she studied her own eyes, and she drew that. "Look," she said, "our eyes are the same." And they were, both round and dark and beautiful. Ruby finished drawing Ivan, then rummaged through the pile. "Where's the color of me?" she asked. There were no crayons that matched Ruby's wrinkly skin. Well, Ivan reached for a small box, and inside was a silver crayon his human friend Julia had given him. "Silver for silverback," she said. Ivan had been saving it for something important.
"That's not the color of me," Ruby said. "It's so bright and shiny and special."
Well, Ivan laughed. "That's exactly what you are, Ruby, on the inside." Ruby hesitantly took the crayon. "Go ahead," Ivan said. "Sometimes art isn't just what you see. Sometimes it's what you feel." And Ruby colored herself silver. And Ivan was right. She did look exactly how Ivan made her feel. She added some more silver to the drawing. "Silver for the silverback," she said, and she handed him the crayon. "Will you draw me a story?" Ruby asked. Ivan wasn't very good at telling stories in words. Maybe he'd be better at telling one in pictures. Well, he thought for a long time, and then he drew line after line after line, and finally 2 lines next to each other. Whoa, said Bob. Is that modern art? Oh, golly. There we go. Ivan arranged the pages on the floor. That's not a story, Bob said. That's math. The one and only Ivan and the one and only Ruby, always together. Bob too.
Bob too? Ruby asked. Bob too?
Bob too, Ivan agreed.
And
Thelma and Murphy and Frankie and Henrietta, she added.
that makes 7, Bob said.
That makes 1, Ruby corrected. 1 family. Ruby was the newest member of the Big Top, and she had a lot to learn, but she already knew the most important thing, that her friends were her family. Now, did you know that the character of Ivan was based on a true story? Ivan was a lowland gorilla born in 1962 in Central Africa. He was saved from poachers in the wild and spent the next 27 years of his life in a concrete enclosure in a shopping mall in Tacoma, Washington. And in 1995, the animal rights group PAWS, P-A-W-S, successfully raised $30,000 to purchase Ivan and relocate him in the Atlanta Zoo, where he spent the rest of his years in peace. And his life remains an example of the hope a community can inspire and the change it can create.